Thanks for joining me. Today I will show you the steps it takes to completely winterize an evaporative cooler. This appliance also can be known as a swamp cooler. It is very common in arid climates of the southwest region of the United States. The tools and materials you will need for this project include an evaporative cooler cover, some rope, some duct tape, some pliers, screwdriver, a wet dry shop vac, ladder. The first step is to take care of the water supply lines and store them away for the winter. This is often where unexpected leaks originate. Shut off the water lines, usually controlled by a 1/4-inch valve near an outside faucet or hose bib. Once the water is completely turned off, use pliers or a wrench to loosen the water line connectors on both the outdoor faucet and the connection to the evaporative cooler appliance. Be careful to not strip the water line fitting. Next step, open the appliance on both sides so you can access the internal parts and components. Unplug the water pump and motor so that if someone accidentally turns them on from the inside, these components aren't activated. If there is water in the cooler reservoir, it needs to be removed. I prefer to use a shop vac for this job. The reason why I like to use a shop vac for this job is that it cleans it out really well and it prevents the possibility of staining the roof with calcium deposits created from hard water in the swamp cooler. Sometimes the evaporative cooler has screws that may need to be removed before you can take the cover off. This is where a screwdriver or pliers come in handy. When the temperatures begin to drop, it is advised to prepare this appliance for the winter months so that the parts do not get damaged, as well as making your home more energy efficient during the cold winter months. Some coolers are equipped with a slot for a duct insert, also known as a cookie sheet. Remove the duct tape covering the cookie sheet slot. This is common in homes in which the swamp cooler shares the same duct ventilation system as the heater furnace unit. To power on the shop vac, I like to use the pump outlet as the power supply. In order to do this, you need to turn on the pump from the inside. This will allow you to use the pump outlet to power the shop vac. This step will save you from having to run a long extension cord to the evaporative cooler appliance. First, vacuum out all the dirt, grime, rust, and cobwebs from the swamp cooler cavity. After the dry vacuuming is completed, empty all the debris and switch the vacuum to wet vac mode. You can now vacuum out all the swamp cooler water from the reservoir. Be sure not to overfill the shop vac and occasionally empty the container. Now that the swamp cooler has been unplugged and vacuumed out both dry and wet, you can now return the appliance covers and secure with screws if necessary. Insert the cookie sheet into its designated slot if it's the cookie sheet variety. Seal with duct tape. The shiny aluminum type of tape seems to work a bit better than the basic generic duct tape. It runs a little more expensive though. In this example, there is also a metal cover fastened by 3 screws that holds the cookie sheet in. Ensure that any gap in the ductwork related to the cookie sheet has been duct taped and sealed shut. Once the side panels and cookie sheet have been attached, the cooler cover can now be put over the appliance. Ensure you have the correct size cover for the swamp cooler. This will ensure that your energy will be efficient during the winter months, as well as ensuring the cover will not be blown off during windy occasions. Secure the cooler cover by using a rope with a gauge durable enough to withstand winter weather. Make sure you wrap the rope on both sides, top and bottom of the swamp cooler. This helps the cover endure the winter months and stays on the cooler. Check if there's an internal cookie sheet associated to the furnace. If so, remove the cookie sheet from its slot and cover it with duct tape. This opens up the ductwork for furnace access to supply heat to the home duct ventilation. Turn off the pump switches you use to power the shop vac. Check the thermostat associated to the furnace, ensure that it's set to a temperature suitable for the climate setting you want for your home. Congratulations! You now know how to winterize an evaporative cooler for the cold weather season. I hope this instructional video has been very useful to you. I also hope it will allow you to make your home more energy efficient, as well as allow some of your cooler parts to last longer through the years to come.